I think the world is now waking up and everyone is going to have to invest in their immune system, whether they like it or not. So follow the normal rules of social distancing, wear your mask, invest in your immunity. The world will open up when it's meant to open up. Use this time to build skills, start a new business online. Meditation has become very prominent in my life right now. And two, I think I've got this habit of spending more time with my family now, and I enjoy it. I've traveled the world, but I love Indian food. I like Thai food, but Indian food number one. I don't believe in cheat meals. Cheat is a very negative word. So I have a reward meal. If I want to eat something, I call it a reward meal. It could be anything. It's difficult to say. I used to be a DJ. I guess I'm in the right path. This is my dream job. I would like everyone to download the book. It's a free book. So I think people should download the book. The book talks about simple techniques, how to meditate, pranayama, how we can focus energy from the negative on the positive.
So much, Luke, for taking out time for India Podcast viewers and listeners. It's ultimate pleasure to have you with us today. And Luke, I would first want to begin. You're known to the world now, to everybody, as a nutritionist, as a health expert, as a wellness guru, and so many tags attached to you. So, to understand, to begin with, I would want to know, how do we understand Luke Contino in quarantine? How is he doing? Is he doing well? How is he managing his balance and his emotional balance and health?
So thank you. I'm absolutely doing well right now. You know, it's sad. I mean, quarantine, all of our lives are limited right now, but I think we need to make the best out of what we have. You know, there's one population that's complaining and constantly, whining about the lockdown. And then there's another population that is using the lockdown to upgrade their skills, think of new business ideas. We have to, because all of us have been dealt the same hand of the lockdown. But it's what you make out of what you have. It is a sad situation. But I think sometimes we need to move from negative to positive and start making changes. So it's been good for me. I've managed to have the time to write 2 books. One of it is already published. One will be published really soon. And I've been busy with my patients every single day, a lot of family time. So I can't complain. It's been really good for me and I'm enjoying it right now.
Luke never complains is what we understand from you. Look, going to the health part, which is the concern today. It is not just a concern today. It is the only fight back mechanism we've been left with. So if we come out talking about Corona and COVID, with your latest book, I think about the immunity, the magic immunity pill there. Right. Immunity is the word. It is the new medicine. If we talk about the vaccine or the manufacturers, they say it is about self-immunity. We've been left to the uncertainty and immunity. So how do you help us understand first what is immunity? I mean, are we there?
So technically, we would like everyone to download the book. It's a free book. So I think people should download the book. I'm just going to touch very lightly on it because I really believe that, today we put a free book out and people should download it because all the information is there and it's free. So immunity, I'm going to be very brief about it because like I said, the information is all in the book. Immunity is our first and last line of defense in the human body. And to maintain immunity, that's the only thing that can work against the virus, bacteria, and all of these things. We have antibiotics, we have medicines, but like in terms for the COVID, we don't have anything yet. No vaccine and no medicine. So it's your own immune system that can fight it. But over and above that, what we're learning through the COVID is also the fact that if you have underlying conditions like lung problems, diabetes, high blood pressure, so I think this is a wake-up call for people to understand that it's not okay to live with lifestyle diseases. Everyone gets lifestyle diseases because there's the whole medical world that says, hey, come take a pill for diabetes, take a pill for high blood pressure. No one's teaching them how to, prevent this or to get rid of it. So I think the world is now waking up and everyone is going to have to invest in their immune system, whether they like it or not. So it's really simple. There's your nutrition that you have to look at, the right nutrition, the wrong nutrition. When we have sugar and junk food and processed foods, all of this decreases our immune system. When we have our balanced diet, like our fruits, our vegetables, our whole grains, our dals, our lean proteins, automatically the human body has everything it needs to boost or to maintain strong immunity. 2 is exercise. If we have a sedentary lifestyle, we have poor blood circulation, which in turn means low immunity. So we need to have activity. During the lockdown, a lot of people have started working out and a lot of people have also gotten lazier. They don't go to the gym, so they're sitting at home watching Netflix all day and stuff. So they need to understand by taking vitamin C and zinc, they're not going to be able to boost their immunity if they don't have exercise or they have a sedentary lifestyle. So that's number two. Number three is sleep deprivation. Today, science and medicine has proven that if you are sleep deprived, your immune system is going to be low. So there's no point trying to do nutrition and exercise, but you're sleep deprived and you're staying up late in the night, watching TV, sleeping for 4 or 5 hours. And the fourth vertical is stress. For the longest time, doctors across the world have been showing us a connection between stress and disease. How do we get sick when we're stressed? Because our immune system falls. So I think these are the four verticals that the book covers. It talks about different recipes, simple things that people can do without spending money at home to boost their immunity. Shilpa Shetty's part talks about yoga, different pranayamas that you can do. Sleep, we give people tips on how to improve your sleep and your sleep quality and how you can live a balanced life. At least Monday to Friday, try to sleep on time, wake up on time. Weekend, enjoy it. There must be a balance. And when it comes to managing stress, everyone has stress. Even now, uncertainty, with the virus, how do we manage it? So the book talks about simple techniques, how to meditate, pranayama, how we can focus energy from the negative on the positive. So these are the four things that we have to do for the immune system. Honestly, it's very simple. People just have to be disciplined to do a little bit for their body, and their body will look after them.
Look, a sudden adaptation to this changes to adopt to improve your immunity when you have for years not followed it. Is it possible or practical for people to now think, can I work on my immunity over 2 months and be not affected from corona at all? I mean, is that possible at any stage of life?
Of course, you can get results in 3 days, in 5 days. The moment you start changing your bad habits and moving to good, the human body is very resilient. It will start responding immediately. So it's not an excuse for people that, I've not looked after myself. There's nothing that can be done. People can get their immunity up at the age of 70, 80, and even 90. So the human body is resilient and they can start right away. The sooner you start, the better it is. It's like that.
You've also spoken in your books previously about the diet fashion in India, and especially when you talk about the great Indian diet, the Indian population we are talking about, where we are quite traditional in our way, where we already have a fasting system in our culture, wherever we belong to. So how do you tell that? When we spoke about vaccine, again, we have been having more exposure to BCG vaccine, or we are used to the ritualistic diet, or in a way of fasting in our so-called middle class culture, to say so. So how do you help us to adapt to the change in the lifestyle that you were suggesting in a very natural way, so that people can quite relate to it as well as follow it in a very natural manner?
So the lifestyle I'm suggesting is exactly how India used to live 15 to 20 years ago. We've gone back to roots. We've not changed anything. People have changed their lifestyle, and that's the problem. So fasting exists in our tradition, but how many people do it? Hardly any people do it. Our own culture and our own tradition teaches us hygiene, how to keep our footwear out of the house, washing our hands before every meal, bathing early in the morning before we start our day, before our meals. All of these things have been forgotten. So our book talks about nothing new. In fact, people have moved and they're aping the West, and sleep deprivation, watch TV till late at night, all of that stuff. That's not part of our culture.
Netflix now throughout, right? We are all on Netflix.
Watch Netflix. You can watch, but organize your day. Learn to watch it, moderate it, go to sleep on time. So people have changed their lifestyle. There are a lot of Indians who still live very traditionally, and you will rarely find them getting sick. So the people who have changed their lifestyle and they try to ape the West and copy, the Western way of living. I'm not against the Western way of living. But if you want the results of healthcare that happens in the Western world, follow that lifestyle. It's as simple as that. Junk food, snacking throughout the day, popping antacids, self-medicating. These are not things that existed in India. But people have changed to that, and that's why we have so many problems. Now, overall, I would like to think we have a much better immune system than a lot of people in the world, because, unfortunately, we have a lot of, our bodies have become hard with the kind of pollution, unhygienic methods in our country around. So, the human body adapts. So I truly feel that we have stronger immune systems. But the problem is, if you have diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, all of that stuff, that's not going to help for sure. Your immune system is going to be weaker. So we should look at overall lifestyle, lose that excessive weight, start getting these little things in place, or we pay the price with disease.
One important question I got from a lot of the viewers, that you've spoken about emotional wellness. In the times we are, and being the country we are emotionally quite high. Our emotional quotient is always very high. Do you think the balance there can be drawn, us being very emotionally connected with our work, with our life, and the work pace is going higher? So when you say stay stress free, how do practically we understand, because we have work all over the place, and with lockdown it is quite multiplied in folds now?
So the more you can ever get rid of stress in your life. When we say stress free, it's how you handle stress, how much you can accept in your life, how much you can let go. Half the people today, they like to say that they're emotionally attached. No, it's a sign of weakness. If we allow bad news to control us, if we allow relationships to control how we feel, if we allow our jobs to control how we feel, there are people who are grounded. They're grounded with their spiritual practice, with meditation. They're very clear about their path in life. Their self-esteem is strong. Their self-confidence is strong. So they're able to handle stress way better than other people. So we can put 10 people in a room with the same problem, and all 10 people will react differently depending on how grounded they are. So I really think today, the generation today is very emotionally unstable. When I say unstable, I don't mean it in a disrespectful way. I just mean that people don't have a mind of their own. They're controlled by everything outside. They're constantly comparing themselves to people, how they dress, how they look. So they don't have a mind of their own. Someone says, hey, you don't look good. They don't accept themselves to know that I don't care what you think of me. I know I look good. I have friends, I have family, I have loved ones. They're okay with me. So just your mindless word is not going to control me. So that's what I mean by people are emotionally unstable. Other people's opinions control them. They look for validation from everywhere else. You will be emotionally weak. So you see, what we need to do is we need to ground ourselves. We have to have spirituality, spiritual paths. Some people call it religion. That's up to them. Or we have to meditate. We have to know who we are. We have to have our own self-respect, self-love, self-acceptance. If we don't, why will the world accept us? Then we become controlled by everyone. So I really think a lot of people's stress are just negative emotions that they focus on, and they've lost control.
Before we move to the last segment, one question has come from the millennial group there. They are so much understanding health with fitness, with good looks, six packs, gymming. I think gyms in India have opened in number.
We have a gym called Reset. It's in Bombay. It's a holistic gym. We have 2 in Bangalore, and we have 1 in Pune as well.
You're already there in that space. How do you cater to the millennials for addressing going to gym is also requiring the other aspect of what you have been speaking about?
So I think for millennials, we need to address the mindset. Okay, let me make one thing very clear. A size 0 figure and a 6-pack may get you the girl or boy, but to maintain the relationship, it's not enough. You have to build yourself. You have to have values, maturity, kindness, all of these things. Just a 6-pack and a size 0 figure, millennials think, oh, I'll start dating. I'll get a hot girl or a hot guy to date. Then what? Then what? Is your 6-pack and your size 0 figure going to build a relationship? Absolutely not. So have a great body, aspire for a great body, but mature, evolve personally, learn how to handle conflict, learn respect, learn how to handle emotions. If someone doesn't like you, don't go and kill yourself. Don't go and throw acid on a woman's face. Don't do that stuff. Learn rejection. These are values more important than a 6-pack and more important than a size 0 figure. I'll give you a simple example. There are many men, many women, many young guys and girls who have hot bodies and 6-packs. They should be having the hottest partners, right? They should all be having the hottest partners. They don't. Because finally, a mature woman and a man, or a mature teenager, boy or girl, will look for a wholesome relationship, not just for the physical part. So I think millennials need to, not just millennials, everyone, even young adults today, they're all, they're very shallow. They think that only my body will get me the best in life. No. We see so many people, so many girls and guys who may not have great bodies, but they've got great looking partners and fantastic relationships built on trust, values, respect, maturity, and so much more. So I think if there's any millennial or any person out there who thinks the way into love is with a great body, okay, they're absolutely wrong. Yes, I'm sure, there is physical attraction between men and women, and having a nice body is part of the whole game. But the whole game is really about, ask any woman today. They would be lying to you if they say, oh, well, I only want a hot body and a guy. No, they want love. They want respect. They want to be nurtured. They want to be, respected, and all of these things. And ask the same thing to a guy. Is only a hot woman enough for you to be happy? And everyone will say no. But it's the way the media has projected it. The media has made millennials and everyone believe that only a hot body means a great relationship. So we need
Good
to
health
change
is not
mindsets.
associated to a good-looking man always.
Absolutely not. In fact, half of the models who come to me, half of the people with great bodies, they're depressed. A lot of them. They may have
Totally.
great bodies, but if they don't have good emotional health, what's the point? They can't be happy themselves. So I think we have to look at that balance, and it's more about the mindset than anything
And we're
else.
so glad that you addressed this. This is the last segment I told you. I have a caller we have a fan segment there. One caller from Chennai all the way, waiting to be speaking with someone he's fond of. We have Vishal there.
Hi, how are you?
Good. It's really nice to see you online, and thank you, Anku, for having me around. I've been trying to get in touch with you.
Okay.
I just have a common question, actually. A lot of I'm into business, so sitting in the office the whole day and the wrong routine of having a lunch and breakfast in time. I may have problems with acid reflux. So, what do we really do about that? About the gut? How do we improve that?
You already answered your question through your question by changing your lifestyle, eating your meals on time, not keeping
Okay.
long gaps between your meals, making time. Even if you're a businessman, I have billionaire businessmen who make time for their workouts, they eat their meals on time. It's how you prioritize it. You can have a great business running, but tomorrow if you're sick, okay, you become a liability to your own business. So as much as you prioritize your business, prioritize your health. So that 1 hour a day for your meditation, your exercise, fix it, no matter what, no matter what. And that is important. And fix your meal timings, your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner. Revolve your day around that. If you don't, then all of these segments will just hang loose in your day, and sometimes your lunch will be late. So for gut health, the first thing is that. The second thing is reduce your processed food and reduce your sugar. By just doing these two things, your gut health will start improving automatically.
Okay.
Such a great.
That was the main question which I had, and I've already wanted to ask you about that. Anyway,
No
thanks.
problem. Really, it's very simple. Just change your lifestyle. Prioritize your health as much as you prioritize your business, and automatically things will fall into place.
Thank you so
I
much.
so wish, Luke, we can have a segment with you every time. But one rapid fire before we let you skip out is very quickly your 5 questions on your personal life. What are the two new normal habits Luke would have adopted after the COVID-19 lockdown phase? What are the 2 new habits you have taken to your life for good?
So I think meditation has become very, very prominent in my life right now, because before the lockdown, I would travel a lot. So sometimes I would miss my meditation in the morning, but now I have a routine. I get up, I don't start my day without meditation. That's for sure. And 2, I think I've got this habit of spending more time with my family now, because I've realized that I have so much more time and I enjoy it. So I've made these 2 habits, which I hope continue right through.
Somebody has more time in lockdown. Okay. Also, your 2 favorite food. I think a lot of people wrote to me when I asked them what are the quick questions they want. Is your 2 favorite cuisine or food that you can help people know?
I love Indian food. I've traveled the world, but I love Indian food. I like Thai food, but Indian food number 1 from all different regions. I like sambar, I like rasam, I like North Indian curries, I like Mysore pak, I love khichadis. I think the simple foods make me the happiest. This is my favorite cuisine. I like Middle Eastern cuisine as well as Thai food, and these are my favorite cuisines.
Is there a cheat meal that Luke has? Do we have any cheat meal from Luke?
I don't have, because I don't believe in cheat meals. Cheat is a very negative word. So every time you have a cheat meal, you feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that upsets your entire hormone. So I have a reward meal. If I want to eat something, I call it a reward meal. It could be anything. It could be Mysore pak. It could be a tiramisu. It could be, what are my cheat meals? It could be a bag of chips. It could be chocolate bourbon cookies. It could be anything. I reward myself and I get back on track the next day. I don't deprive myself of anything. I eat what I want.
You spoiled us for that also. And the last question is, if Luke was not a health expert today, what would he have chosen as his career?
It's difficult to say. I used to be a DJ. I used to like it then. I don't know if I would want to be a DJ today. So I guess I'm in the right path. This is my dream job. It is my dream, what I'm living. So I can't think of anything else that I would be doing. I would be quite sad if I wasn't doing what I'm doing today.
It's such a pleasure to have you with us, Luke. Thank you so much for your time. And we're so happy we are lucky to have you with us and also read your book. And you've addressed a lot of things other than just the health aspect, because it's a wholesome platform that we should be walking. But it is a difficult path, certainly, and not as easy as it comes through you. Thank you so much, Luke. One last address to all the people on COVID-19. What is your message that we can take it forward to people with this program?
So I think it's a mixed message. Take it easy. Stop watching the news, because everyone's an expert. Everyone was predicting 6 months, 3 months ago what will happen. A lot that they predicted never came true. you should understand honestly that the news channels and the TV is only for your entertainment. It's only to, really, they just give you pieces of information. Take it easy. There's nothing you can do with excess news that you can't handle. So follow the normal rules of social distancing, wear your mask, invest in your immunity. The world will open up when it's meant to open up. Don't live in doubt because you're watching so much of news and, absorbing so much of content. Use this time to build skills, start a new business online. There is so much. If you free up your mind from fear, you have so much of mental energy to start doing something. I have about 5 clients now who are never going to go back to their jobs. They never liked their jobs. And now they were forced into lockdown to work from home, but using extra time, they've all built online businesses. And they're making money equivalent to what their job was. So, when you keep an open mind, life will throw you opportunities. So don't let stress, weigh you down. It doesn't let you think creatively. Live a simple life right now. When the world opens up again, go out into the world as a new you. Change your body, change your health, become a new person in this time. We've never gotten this much time in our life. Use it wisely. Use it wisely.
Thank you so much, Luke, and congratulations and best wishes for your book coming out. We'll be lucky to read it, and thanks for making it online free for all.
Thank you so much. Take care. Pleasure. We'll be in touch. Okay? Take care.